I have some Hoshigaki. I'm pronouncing that terrible. I'm sure I pronounce all Japanese words terrible, isn't it? I wonder if it's where is the emphasis? I don't want to put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Hoshigaki. It's sort of like a rush thing, isn't it? And then Hoshigaki. Maybe it's Hoshigaki. I don't know. Tell me. Hoshigaki is, see, I said it different now, is the persimmons. I've already done a video about it, so I can taste them now, because before I was holding out until I had done a video about it. They have a very short window of the year. They take these persimmons, I can't remember the cultivar. I should, because I did a video, but it's already gone. Hachi, I don't know, whatever. And they peel them and they hang them, and then they let them dry. And as they dry, the sugars come to the surface and create this like frosting. And I like persimmon. Actually, in the last video, we were talking about fruits, and like I was never really that into fruits. One of my most meh fruits was persimmon, aka the Sharon fruit, and I never liked the name Sharon fruit. Anyway, but like because I always found that they were just either not that sweet and a bit bitter sometimes, or just vaguely sweet and soft, but didn't really have any intrigue, didn't have any acidity, didn't have anything that like draws me to it. Now I feel sort of similar about persimmon. I do think that I appreciate the simplicity of them now, and I appreciate this association that I have with it now as winter, like the sweetness in the snow. It's like the purity of ionized mountain air and snow and that coldness, and then just the sweet nature of them. And if you get a persimmon that is super ripe, that you can eat it with a spoon, then it has a singular luxury about it that like I can understand why people get obsessed with persimmons. But like a tea head, Adam, I believe it was Adam, like got me onto these, and he was like kind enough to say, look, I'm sending you a pack because you've got to get them from Japan and they're expensive, you know, relative. And he sent them to me, and I was like, whoa. And they pair so well with tea, actually because of its gentleness. It's not going to overpower. If you have a fruit with too much acidity, it'll overpower the tea in general. Yeah, so this is what the inside of that looks a bit weird. I was going to go, look how wonderful it is, but there's some black spots in here. But I think that might be the seeds. So they become like sort of jellied and sticky, and they almost resemble like the texture of like a good dried apricot, where it's like sticky inside. In fact, they do, but there's something even stickier. They're a little bit more wet than that. Got to get the thumbnail ready. Right. Yeah, you've got to think about these things. You can't just like, you got to think, I've got to try to get some people to watch this, and therefore need to think about the thumbnail. What is that black thing? I'm going to pick it out and check. Is it a seed? Yeah, it's a seed. Fine. Okay. Let's go in closer. Come on. Let's get personal. How close can you focus, lens? Where are we at? Yeah, it's all right. Okay. It's like an adult jelly baby. That persimmon flavor is concentrated down. It's still simple, but like I said, sort of a wonderful purity about it. Reminiscent of like sweet carrots, sweet purple carrots. It has a more earthy quality to it. But of course, touches of papaya, kind of tropical note to it. And yeah, this lovely, rounded, simple but pleasurable sweetness. But the main draw, or the extra draw, is the texture. It's so chewy, it's like sticky, jellied, and then it has like a adhesive quality. This is a horrible word. It has a sticky quality on your lips and in your tongue. Just that, it's that little pulling that goes on as you eat it. It's so fun. With that slightly like more butty, more butty? The hell that come more? What was I trying to say? Why did butty come out? I don't know. That was weird. Like slightly leathery, but soft exterior, and then the really squelchy, sticky interior. And in my head right now, I'm thinking, with this last bit, do I want to see what kind of pairing I could do with it? Not tea. I know it works so well with tea, especially like raw pu'er tea, white teas, like of that more like less processed, less oxidized variety. Wow, it works so well. But I think it would work with most teas. But like, is there anything else? So the temptation is, can I add some acidity to it? Would it ruin it? That's what's going on in my head right now. And I've got some malic acid. I'm gonna let's go and get some malic acid. Let's see if we can pimp this up a little bit. I'm just interested to see. It probably will ruin it. This will probably be an instant fail, but you got to fail to find out, right? Without failure, you discover nothing. So, malic acid. Super strong stuff, so just a little bit will go a long way. I realized from looking back at my videos, I'm a messy eater, aren't I? Like, I was looking, this is the problem when now I'm filming myself. It's like bits going everywhere, stuff all over my hands. It's just like, what? This is good. It teaches me. It's the same thing when I started doing videos for Mayleaf. I would listen to myself and go, I speak like that? The repetition of different phrases, that you're not aware of, but you just repeat yourself. And everyone has them, but you don't really notice it until you listen back and you have to edit yourself. I think it's one of the greatest things that somebody would have to, that I would advise everyone to do, is film yourself and edit it. Like just that act of like actually looking and listening at how you communicate. Not just like, are you a good communicator, but how many ums and ahs are you doing? What's your pacing like? Do you swallow your words? I swallow sometimes. I just sort of my sentence just tails off. But just repetition of certain phrases. So it was really useful. Like, for example, I know that I say sort of. And what's the other thing I say? See, I've already forgotten. But every time I'm editing, I'm like, don't say that anymore. I say sort of, and I say I think I said Anyway, so I realized that I'm a messy eater. So I've got some malic acid in here, and I'll try to be a bit more. Should have got a spoon, that would have more etiquette. Now I'm just gonna do the little dunk. Just a little, like, you don't even want to see it. I just dunked right on the side of it. So let's see. Does acidity and persimmon work together? I know you've always wanted to know, so let's find out. Okay, it's too much right now, but it would be very controlled. Okay, that was a good one. You just want the tiniest amount. It doesn't even want to register as acidity, but it improves it, no doubt. It turns it a little bit more apricot-y. I like that. I don't know if malic is the way to go, or something else. I wonder what it's weird, I know, but I wonder what they'd be like with a little bit of just vinegar. We're here, let's do it. Vinegar, I know which vinegar I want. I know I'm very dark. I know I'm very dark right now. Bear with me. Got to get the vinegar. This is the vinegar. This is, oh, I love this vinegar. Aigre doux. It's a honeyed vinegar, and it is just so delicious with water. Sorry, I have to rinse this. One sec. It's such a delicious vinegar. When combined with water, just as a drink, it's got that little honeyed sweetness that just offsets it a little bit. So good. Oh, it's like the best apple cider. It's like apple cider and mead combo. It has that vintage smell. I can smell the earth. I can smell the sort of mushroomy. I got malic acid up my nose. My cat hates it when I sneeze. Watch. I sneeze one more time. It's cold outside, so he doesn't want to go out. But he's thinking, if he sneezes one more time, I'm out of here. Watch when I just pretend I'm going to sneeze. And he's gone. He hates my sneezes. All right. It's got a little mushroomy note as well. Put too much. But it's okay, I'll drink it. And I'm right at the end of this. I need to get some more, because it isn't normally this dark. Okay, don't look at me, look at that. No, yes. Why don't I just pick up the camera and do that? That's a much better way to do it, isn't it? Okay, so I've got this vinegar here. Now let's take another hoshigaki. Treat myself. I'll close this. Because I want to have some with tea at some point. Let's cut it this way this time. Okay. Here goes. Don't focus on my face. Dunk, dunk. Vinegared persimmon. Maybe a thing, probably not. Definitely a thing. That works. Oh yeah, that's it. Vinegar persimmon. Oh my god. Now I'm imagining desserts. Slices of this hoshigaki, vinegared, laid on top of just a light, slightly spiced cardamom steamed pudding. Wow, with like a vinegar and a vinegar like and honey reduction, so it's just a sticky sort of syrup over the top. Bang. I'm thinking about the cream element, but we'll talk about that later. Wow. Wow. Vinegared hoshigaki. I wonder if they do this in Japan. Oh my god. Winner. Is this a thing? Or have I just stumbled upon a ridiculous... Now, you got to get the right vinegar. See, that was a time when I tailed off and I caught myself. I said ridiculous, and obviously I need to say combination. But I just stopped myself and just went into the next part because I thought, you're going to get what I'm going to... I did it again, you see? You finish my sentences. I know we've got the wavelength. I don't need to complete my whole, you know. It's going to be how the video is going to continue now. I'm just going to always not end the sentence. No, I won't do that. That'll be really annoying. Wow. Amazing. Sort of, I can even imagine it working in savory dishes. Like having vinegared hoshigaki with some like really good maguro, like a good tuna, sushi, sashimi. I can imagine that working. The textures might be might fight. Or even just taking the hoshigaki and using it like a piece of fish, right? So soaking it in vinegar, putting it on the rice, even though the rice is vinegared, but like soaking it in vinegar and even potentially a little bit of soy. And just having like that could be kind of cool as a savory thing. Now I've got this vinegar here and I'm not wasting that. That is not being wasted because this is gold and I've nearly run out. And so I'm going to get some water. And I'm going to spilt water. I'm trying to do, I've got my daughter's school bottle made out of plastic, Triton, and I am not convinced. I think there's, yeah. Man, we live in a world of plastic. I will do a video about the tea bag controversy at some point. I just kind of a bit like, do I need to do that video? I think I do, because obviously consuming lots of microplastics has always been, is now a big thing, but I've always said with the tea bags, like, stop drinking tea bags. They you know, especially those ones that are made out of, usually the higher quality brands, the ones that are made out of some sort of weird mesh nylon. Like, what are you doing putting that in water? That's just, I was always just bemused. Like, what are you doing? You're dunking plastic in water? I mean, forget the fact that the tea's going to be meh. And, you know, you're brewing it in completely odd-ski ways if you want to, like, taste something that's good. But forget that for a second. Just the form factor of, I've got this premium thing. And tea is also about, you know, is about an antidote to all of the shite in the world, right? So it's like, you're taking this opportunity to make yourself a tea and you're dunking plastic in hot water. And now the scientists are coming out saying, oh, you're drinking microplastics. Like, well, no doy, ovs. Cheers. Oh, yeah. It's like gorgeous. Like mead, honeyed, fermented. With that malic acid from the green apples, but just like proper, not synthesized or not reduced, not like combined with all the other good stuff in the apples. A bit earthy. Oh, that hit the spot. Sometimes, you know, the strangest things give the most amazing pleasure if you just explore. Hoshigaki Persimmon dipped in vinegar. It's become now the family favourite, isn't it? Is it good? Do you prefer it with the vinegar?
I like both.
You like both.